Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Journeyman Football Manager with Zebu Nation. Now, I'm going to be honest with you and say I think we've done kind of a poor job of being a journeyman manager. All we've done is we've moved from one team to the Wolves, and that's it. We've kind of stayed here for a few years, even signing new contracts. So maybe that's not what we're supposed to do. Maybe we're supposed to just journey all over the world, but I've kind of become enamored with the Wolves. And honestly, we've had some success here, so why not milk it and try to get a better coaching job out of this? And bide our time. We'll wait for the right offer rather than just any old offer. Not that we've had any offers. That's the other side of it. I haven't gone out looking for new jobs, but I haven't had anyone offer me new jobs either. So it's not like I'm turning things down. I'm just staying at a place that's getting to be kind of comfortable. So last season with the Wolves, we had a very good season. We finished in the top 6. We made it to the playoffs. We lost in the first round of the playoffs, but we weren't really expected to make it there. We were expected to finish mid-table, and we definitely outpaced that. And this season, we're looking to do the same, if not better. We want to be in the playoffs. We want to be in the hunt for promotion, and I think we've got the team to do it. So let's first off take a look at the preseason. How have we done? We've done very, very well. We had one loss all preseason. It was a 1-0 loss to Chelsea. So that's a very good team in the Premier League, and we only barely lost to them late in the game. We can take a look at those highlights. I mean, there is only one highlight, really, the one goal. But you can look at how we played. We played very well. Very nice ratings, including our defense. Played very well that game. Everybody else was pretty average, but we kept them to pretty average rating as well. Only their goalkeeper really is who kept them in the game. He had a 7 rating, and then, of course, the 1 goal scorer. So we can take a look at that. It was a fine evening at Molyneux. It made television, so we got a little bit of revenue out of that. We got, of course, revenue from bringing Chelsea in and getting a pretty full house at the stadium, and it was a good time. It was a good test of where we were at. It's only our second game, and yet you can see the crowd in the background. Very nice crowd, pretty much a capacity crowd. Here's their 1 goal. As you can see, 85 minutes down, we kept them to a scoreless draw. We had most of the opportunities. And we'd had several good shots that their goalkeeper stopped. And here they are doing a little bit of possession. Gets it up to Masanda, who just a rocket shot. I mean, there's not many goalkeepers who could have stopped that. And that was the winner. They had, so we played them very well. And then we go back to the rest of our preseason schedule. We went out to Portugal, which seems to be where the Wolves favor to go is Portugal. I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess it is. So we played several Portuguese teams, and we dusted them all, honestly. A couple of 5-0 victories out there. Then we came back home for a couple of games, AFC Telford, and we played Sandhausen at home, 2-1 friendly. And now we have 2 more friendlies left to go before the regular season. We have Rockdale and another Portuguese team that I'm not going to try to pronounce. So we're going to play the Rockdale game. They are in the Skybet League 1, so they're 1 league below us. We should be able to beat them, but you never know. But before we do that, you can see what fine form we're in. Let's run down the checklist of everything else that went on in the offseason. So first and foremost, we go to the finances. $30 million in the bank. We're looking very solid there financially. We got in March, we got a huge bump of finance income, I should say. That's when we got all of our league payouts and things like that. So it bumped us all the way up to about 35 million maybe. And since then, we've been going down a little bit, up a little bit. I've had some expenses, had some expenditures. But our income has also been, pretty strong. So we're looking very, very good financially. Got a $29 million payroll. We're only spending 27 of it. So we've got a little bit of maneuvering room there. We still have a $5.4 million transfer budget, which is pretty significant. So if we need to go out and get a player, if we need to raise the level of our game, we have the room, we have the ability to go out and do that. Take a look at the board. Job security, very secure. We're sitting here at 65%. That's definitely very good. I want to keep it above 60% if possible, and we are definitely doing that. We're looking to improve our youth facilities to get a better youth category rating, help out the team. I mean, our youth category is already pretty good, and our youth facilities are already pretty good. But if we can take that next level, then we don't have to worry so much about going out and getting prospects. We can just grow our own prospects. Let's see, not much else going on with the board. Confidence, obviously high. Club philosophies, they love the youngsters we're signing. Squad harmony is good. Matches are good. They're pleased with the number of young players we've signed. The decision to sell Will Randall appears to be a poor financial deal for the club. We'll get into that in a moment. Then we have, we'll go to the club here. Looking pretty good. We're secure. We got a little note in the offseason saying that our reputation had gone up a smidge. Not enough to take us to 3.5 stars, but, you know, we passed a few other teams on the list, so we're looking pretty good there. Key employees, obviously we're the head coach. Danny Bath is our captain. Connor Cody, the vice captain. John McGinn is our key player, and Mason Blake is our hot prospect. Everything else, you know, I've looked at buying some jerseys online, and they all have the Money Shop logo, and I hate that about European teams. They always have a business logo square on their jersey, and it's just, I don't know, as an American sports fan, I really hate it. So I looked at trying to buy some jerseys that didn't have the logo, but the only ones I could find were juniors. So I could try to buy like the largest junior size and see if that would fit, but I don't really want to do that. You know, spend all that money and have a shirt that doesn't fit. So anyway, I'll look around, see if I can find any that don't have the logo on it. And if I can't, then I guess I'll buy the Carl Akem jersey and give a little bit of money to the Leukemia Society for that. Let's see, anything else going on here? Facilities, we're still looking pretty good. Excellent training facilities, good corporate facilities, great youth facilities. And they're going to get even better. So that's positive. Now let's get to the meat of things, the bread and butter. The transfers, that's right. It's what everybody loves to talk about, is their transfers. So let's take a look. Now, at the beginning of this season, or this off season, I should say, I didn't really want to make many moves. We had a young team, we had a team that was growing and getting better, and I thought that if we just stayed as we were, we could compete at the top level of the championship. And as long as our young players improved, our team would improve overall. So I didn't really want to make a lot of moves, but something happened early on in the season. We got a bid for Courtney House, one of our best one of our best young starters, one of our central defenders, the sort of tag team in the middle of our defense that helped anchor our team. And of course we rejected that offer, but Courtney House got very upset. He wanted to move on. He said he wanted a chance to play he wanted a chance to win hardware and didn't think that we had the opportunity. So that was very crushing to me as a coach, because I thought we had put the franchise on path to win some silverware. But I guess Courtney House disagreed, and he vehemently wanted to leave. At the end of the conversation, he said, "You need to let me go, or I'm going to make your life living hell," essentially. So, you know, we put him out there for bid. He had a release clause, and we got the release clause. $9.25 million from Burnley. Could be a possible of $12.75 million. So that really fueled our offseason. We got that huge transfer budget from selling Courtney House, and with that, we made a couple of interesting moves. As you can see, we let go a ton of players. Most of these players free transfer were young players who were just never going to develop. We let go Jordan Graham to Brentford for $1.2 million simply because he wasn't going to play for us much. We've gone away from the winger formation. I'm still going to try to use the winger formation here and there, but I gotta believe the diamond is going to be our formation going forward. We sold Will Randall. As you saw, the board was not happy about that. He's a young player, an attacking midfielder. He's got a little bit of potential, a little bit of promise. But honestly, I couldn't see a place for him on the squad. So the fact that we were able to get a little bit of money from him is no problem. Joe Mason, we finally got rid of Joe Mason, a striker that just didn't really fit in with what I wanted to do. Not a lot of pace, not a lot of finishing, not a lot of strength. So I mean, he's a decent reserve player. He had a decent value to him, but I didn't want to use him. Honestly, I didn't see any need for him or use for him, so we got rid of him for a bargain. Honestly, $925,000 to Blackburn. We got rid of Amin Nouri to Colorado, 28-year-old Norwegian. Here's a guy. He was a useful guy to have around because he was a fullback who could play either left or right side, but his jumping reach was not good enough to play in my defensive system. So he was a veteran player who wasn't going to sit around on the bench. Last season, I had to placate him several times about playing time. So this season, I just decided to sell him off. Colorado showed some interest. We offered him for very cheap, $150K, because I understand the MLS budgets, and they're very cheap over there in MLS when it comes to this kind of mid-level player. So we let him go for a song, and that's fine, just to get him off the books. And of course, we sent several of our young players out on loan. There were a couple of players that I wanted to play this season. Sylvain Deslandes was one of them, a young French central defender. But Brexit has happened, and we forgot to play these guys last season. So a couple of our young foreign players now do not have work permits because they didn't actually play in the league last season. They only played in the minor leagues. So we've had to loan out some of our young foreign players for them to get work permits eventually, I suppose. I don't even know how they're going to get those work permits unless they get to play on their national teams. I have no idea. But anyway, we're going to keep them around for as long as we can, or sell them off, I suppose, if we get good bids for them. Now we come to the big news, the signings. Who did we bring in? Well, we brought in a couple of players. First of all, we needed a replacement for Courtney House, and with that, we brought in Bailey Wright from Bristol City, 26-year-old Australian. Basically, very similar to Courtney House, just older. Good strength, jumping reach, tackling, marking, all of those at 14. He's got determination, positioning, just a very, very solid player. He marks opponents tightly, and he doesn't mess around with the ball very much. He just plays his defensive role. He's only 6 foot tall, which is pretty much the minimum I like for central defenders, but he's got so many other good attributes. His pace could be better, but other than that, he's a very, very good replacement for Courtney House. Then we got a little crazy with ourselves. I started thinking about goal scoring and how we didn't quite have enough goal scoring last season to put us over the edge. So this season, there's going to be no doubt. We went out and signed 2 high-dollar strikers. First, Dimitris Diamantakos, a Greek from Karlsruhe is where we got him from. I don't even remember who they were. They were second in the German division, so we gave them a nice healthy paycheck of $4.8 million. Could go upwards of 6.25 for what is essentially a journeyman striker at 25 years old. He's played lots of different places, but he's just too good to pass up. He's left-footed, he shoots with power, he plays the defensive forward role, which isn't my favorite role in the world, but it's not a bad role. It's a pretty decent role when you're teamed with another striker. And that's what we're going to do mostly, is we're going to play the 4-4-2 diamond, so he's going to be teamed with another striker, so he should be okay up there. And he's already been knocking in goals, so that's no problem there. But you look at this guy, his physical stats are really good, pace, strength. fitness, jumping reach, all of that stuff is very good. He's incredibly determined, 18 determination. He'll be a good effect on some of our young players. His technical stats could be a little better, only 13 finishing, 13 heading, 13 passing, but is good enough when you combine it with his excellent physical and mental attributes. And then we picked up a young striker from Arsenal, Chuba Akpom, for $4 million. And he's only 22 years old, valued at $6.2 million. And this guy is really good. You know, pace 17, acceleration 18. That's pretty huge for this level. We're going to be able to send this guy bombing down the field. His mentals are pretty good. Again, high determination, high off the ball, so he could play that. He's also a defensive forward by trade, but he can play that poacher role that we like to play, I think, no problem. Again, his technicals could be a little better, but he's pretty good. And again, young player, only 22 years old, so he wants to use our club as a stepping stone, which is fine. But, you know, to have this much firepower now at the striker position is pretty good. I can't lie. We got probably the best striker combinations in the league now, by my estimation. Anyway, those are the off-season signings and everything like that. So I guess we'll cut this short. I mean, there's no reason to drag this out and look at every little thing. So let's just get to the game that we're going to play. Let's get to our game versus Rockdale. And here we are, of course, the diamond formation. And there's one more game left in the preseason. So I'm going to play my starters here on this game, the second to last game. And then next season will be all the reserves who need match fitness. We'll play them and get ready for the regular season. So this season, this will be our starting lineup for most matches. We're going with Carl Akem in goal. You know, I mentioned in my previous episode, Carl is battling leukemia now in the real life. So we're going to do a little bit of tribute to Carl all season long, and he's going to be our starting goalkeeper this season. Fullbacks are same as they were last season. Yorfa and Garbett at the fullbacks. Both these guys are in the prime of their careers, 25 and 23 years old. So, you know, there's nowhere to go for these guys but up, and they should be sort of rock solid at that fullback positions for us. A very important position here when we're playing the diamond. Central defense, we have Danny Bath back again, our team captain, of course, at central defense, 27 years old, so he's still pretty much in his prime as well. And then our new signee, Bailey Wright, 26 years old, again, another guy in his prime. So we're looking very good age-wise in our defense. We got another good 2, 3, 4 years out of this defense before they start to make any kind of significant slides. Our midfield is also pretty much unchanged from last season. We have Saiz at the defensive midfielder. Again, he's one of our oldest players at 28 years old, but he's still one of our best players, so that's no problem there. John McGinn, our key player, only 23 years old at the advanced playmaker. And then our other midfielder, Connor Cody, another fairly young player, only 25. And he's getting a lot of interest from other teams, but we're going to keep him around as long as possible. Of course, Jamie Walker, 25-year-old Scotsman. And something I failed to mention is that Jamie Walker last season was named the Sky Bet Championship Player of the Year for 2018. How about that? He also made the select team and the best 11 team. So Jamie Walker with 36 games played, 9 goals, 9 assists, a 7.19 rating, 6 players of the matches. He was all over the field for us, and that he was recognized by the championship as the best player. So that's pretty much outstanding deal for him. And I think that's one of the reasons why the club got a little bit of extra recognition last year. You know, when you have players winning awards, it's always good for the franchise. And then finally, our two strikers, our striker tandem. Our leading goal scorer, Simone Gantz, is probably going to start most of games. He's only 24 years old. He's our best finisher up there. And then he's going to be partnered with either Diamantakos or Akpom, whichever one of them is the most fit is going to go up there. Maybe Akpom will sometimes come up here to play poacher, if Gantz gets tired. But for the most part, we're going to have a 3-man rotation. We still have Deco in reserve as well as a good 4th striker. So we could even go with just a 4-man rotation up top and just bang in the goals. That's what I'm hoping on, is just goal after goal after goal. That's all we want this season. And of course, we want our defense to be strong as well. So there we go. There's our team, our starters, our reserves. Not much change in the reserves. As I mentioned, Akpom and Deco are back there. Lonergan is still there. Goal. Ebanks, Langdell, Groner, Hunt, Riemann, Matujic. Now here's a youngster, an interesting player, Roman Macic, 21-year-old Czech. He did play for us last year, so he didn't need a work permit, fortunately. But he's a guy, he doesn't want to play in the under-23s anymore. He wants to be in the first team, so we're going to keep him up there in the first team. He's got excellent technical skills, pretty good physical skills. His mental skills could use some upgrade. But, only 21-year-old central midfielder. He's one of our young prospects. Morris, our midseason signee. Marshall is still there. Marshall wants more playing time. We're going to play him probably more at fullback than anywhere. But right now we need him at attacking midfielder because we don't have a lot of depth there, honestly. Gideon Zalalem, who's our other advanced playmaker who has gotten injured. So really, Marshall's our only option there unless we move McGinn up to attacking midfielder. So that's pretty much our team. And it's very, very similar to last season with a few key entries. But other than that, we're looking pretty good. So let's submit the team and continue on. I'm excited about this season. I'm recording this episode a little bit early, honestly, so that I can continue to play the save, because I got up to this point, and I was like, well, I need to stop and record, but I don't want to stop and record. I want to keep playing, so I'm just going to run through this pretty quickly so I can continue on. Oh, let's close down on these advanced players. This is just a habit at this point. I don't need to do it, but I am doing it. Oh, the other thing I need to mention, I suppose, is I'm back on my old computer. My new computer has a keyboard issue. I got to send it back to the manufacturer. So, problems there. So we've got to work with the old computer and the old match engine again. No more high fidelity graphics, unfortunately. Let's just start the match. And here we are, away from home. Not a lot of fans in the stands. A nice little stadium, all-purpose stadium here. Let's get the kickoff going. Yorfa down the sideline. He's dribbling past the defense. The defense is hesitant to close down on him. He's going to center it to Saiz, to Cody. Cody looking to make a play. He's double covered. Back to Saiz. McGinn playing out of position there a little bit. But we managed to recover the ball. There's a foul there from Cannon. Who are we playing again? I keep forgetting the names of these teams. Rockdale, I'll never remember that, but I'll give it a shot. John McGinn has possibly suffered a sprained wrist. Don't like that. Here's Yorfa getting dangerous in the box. There's Cody, fires a wild shot into the crowd. I guess for a preseason game, well, we'll keep him out. He doesn't really have an injury. Here's Walker sending a corner in. There's a foul by Rockdale in the penalty area. But we're going to get our first penalty kick of the season. I don't think we've had one all off season. So here we go. Who's going to take it? Is this McGinn or Cody who's taking this? Who's taking this? It is Walker who's taking it. Okay, why not? Straight up the middle. I guess that's why not. I mean, he did have 9 goals last season, so you think he can score, but that was not a very adventurous penalty shot. He just went right down the middle with it. We should encourage our players to play more direct. All right, why not? Put in more crossings. We'll see how that goes. Here's a corner kick on the near side from McGinn. Sends it high into the box. Bath can't get ahead on it. Walker does, though. Sends it back out to McGinn. Back into Walker. Oof, Diamantakos. I gotta get that name registered. Diamantakos with the shot. Goaltender has to save it out of touch. Here's McGinn with a corner on the far side. Sends it into the box to no real avail. McGahey heads it out for the defense, but Gantz tracks it down. Gantz down the sideline. Crosses it to Diamantakos. Gets a head on it, but it goes over the net and into the crowd. 20 minutes down. Here's Rockdale with their first highlight, but it's not a good one. Saiz intercepts the inbounds. Gets it ahead to Cody. Cody up to Diamantakos in Rockdale territory. Garbett centers it to McGinn, up to Walker. Walker looking to make a play forward to Gantz. Gantz around one defender, fires a shot off goalkeeper Logan. Sends it out of touch for a corner. Corner on the far side by Walker this time. He's going to send it in low. Headed out by Henderson of the defense, but Diamantakos tracks it down back out to Walker. Walker centers it again. Gantz is there, but the goalkeeper, Logan, steps in front calmly, makes the save. So far, we're getting all the highlights, so this is good. We're definitely dominating this match. We're just not really putting anything into the net. Matt Penny should be closed down on. All right, we'll do that. Close down on good old Matt Penny. Rafferty gets a yellow card for Rockdale. I hope it's pronounced Rockdale. I mean, that seems like what it should be pronounced. Here's Garbett on the near side corner. Gantz centers to right to Cody with a shot off the defense. That was a bit too much passing in the box there. Ouch, there's another terrific foul from Taylor. No yellow card, but definitely a foul. These guys are getting desperate now. I think they're probably getting stuck in on their tackles. Here's Walker with a free kick just outside the box. Sends it in. The defense heads it out. Cody tracks it down, but we move forward into the match. 39 minutes down. Here's Gantz in the penalty area. Centers to Walker with a shot, a rifle shot off the goalkeeper. Yes. For a corner on the near side. Again, we're getting the opportunities. It's just not going in. Here's McGinn. Sends the corner in. Saiz tries to head it. No avail. Looks like Walker's going to have to McGinn, I'm sorry, is going to have to chase it down. Cody settles it for Saiz. Saiz looking to make a play forward. Diamantakos, triple covered, sends it back to McGinn. To Yorfa, back to McGinn. He's looking, surveying, makes a terrible pass. Has it deflected, but he gets it back. We're kind of unsettled here on offense at the moment. Saiz has it up to Walker, but it's tracked down by the defense. Ball's bouncing around. Walker tries to settle it to Garbett. Garbett sends it forward to Gantz. Gantz with the header over the net. We had lots of opportunities this half. We're going to give the team a little bit of talk. We're going to tell them to concentrate. Here we are in the counterattack. Diamantakos fires the ball over the net. This is my experience, is that when you're getting a lot of chances that aren't going on net, tell your guys to concentrate. That usually helps them out. So here we are, 42 minutes down. Diamantakos with the ball at midfield. Sends it to McGinn, to Walker, looking to institute the offense, up to Gantz. It's headed back by the defense, but it looks like Cody's going to settle it down from McGinn to Walker, up to Diamantakos. Diamantakos looks wide to Cody. Cody has it out to Garbett on the left wing, centers it. There's Gantz. Header over the net. Come on, boys. Come on. How to get the ball on target. This offseason I've been working on defense quite a bit, so maybe we should switch to offense a little bit and help these guys with their finishing, because it's just not coming at the moment. Passionately, keep going out there. Your hard work will be worth it. And I guess we'll stick to what we're doing. I mean, well, you know what? Let's not. Let's work the ball into the middle. Try to get some quality chances as opposed to just these large amounts of chances. There we go. Let's calm it down a little bit. They're going to get the ball here in the second half. But, we just need a quick steal and a counterattack, and we'll be ready to go. Here's Rathbone with it. I haven't had much a chance to call the other team with the ball because they just haven't had it. Here's German down the sideline, sends in a cross. The Kim gathers it in easily. Now we move ahead into the second half, 49 minutes down. Here's Cody just outside the penalty area. Here's Walker at the semicircle. Diamantacos back to Saiz. Saiz out wide to Garbett. Garbett in perfect position, crosses it to Gantz. And there's Gantz with the go-ahead goal. 1-0. That was very good build-up right there. That's what I wanted to see. Saiz out wide to Garbett, playing pretty narrow, but he just threads it between three defenders to Gantz. Very alertly, cross his body, cross the goalkeeper's body, and into the net. I mean, he took a deflection off the goalkeeper, but his momentum was going the opposite direction, so there wasn't much he could do to stop that. And there we go, up 1-0, 58 minutes down. Here we have a new highlight, goal kick from Logan. Here's Garb wins the header back to Cody. Saiz. McGinn has it now, settling it down, sending it wide to Garbett at midfield, looking forward to Diamantacos. Cody now, McGinn at the midfield, sending it wide to Yorfa on the far side. Yorfa's got a habit now of dribbling into the center of the field. I don't know that I like it. There's McCody up to Diamantacos. Walker with a shot, but Logan with the save for Rockdale. And there ends the highlight. All right, Garbett tired, but his ranking is through the roof, 8.2 rating. 67 minutes down. Let's start to make some subs here. We'll bring in Rob Hunt for Garbett. And I think that'll be the only change we're making. Is anybody else? You know, Jamie Walker's not playing well. He's looking frustrated, so let's get him out of there. Let's bring in Ben Marshall. Get him a little bit of playing time. So there we go. Make those two subs. One guy tired, one guy not playing well. You know, Walker, maybe he's putting a little bit too much pressure on himself this season after winning, sort of unexpectedly winning the player of the season for the entire league last year. Here we go. New highlight, 72 minutes in. Gantz has it on the far sideline. Cody in the box to Saiz at the semicircle. There's another shot high and over the net. We're getting too many of those these days. Let's be assertive and tell these chuckleheads to concentrate. There we go. There's a corner kick by Rockdale. Doesn't do anything as the defense heads it out. Gantz gathers it in, sends it forward to McGinn. Here we are on the counterattack. McGinn's pass is deflected. Keane grabs it to Rockdale. Now they're counterattack. German out wide to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh centers it in. Bath, though, calmly gathers it in and sends it back to the goalkeeper. Akem sends it forward to Marshall. Has the ball stolen, but Diamantacos is there to recover it at midfield. Looking forward to Marshall. Marshall being very aggressive with his dribbling, and it's not paying off for him. McGinn manages to salvage it, though. Gantz forward to Marshall. Marshall with a shot on goal. Logan with a poor save, but it does go out of touch for a corner kick on the near side. Man, here's McGinn. Sends it in. Low line driver is blasted away by Allen of Rockdale. Sounds like a knight of yore. I am Sir Allen of Rockdale. Here's Yorfa now at midfield, looking to reset the team. There's Wright, the central defender, moves it forward to Marshall in Rockdale territory. He's hounded by two players, but he's dribbling it anyway. Sends it forward to Gantz on a nice pass. Gantz back to Saiz. Saiz looking to make a play. Ships it towards the goalkeeper, who easily gathers that one in. Not much of an attempt there, unfortunately. All right, let's move the clock ahead. Only a little bit, 79 minutes down. Hunt to Cody on the throw-in on the near side. Centers it to McGinn. His pass goes off a defender, but Marshall gathers it in. Marshall dribbling, sends it out wide to Yorfa. Here's a good opportunity for Yorfa, but he dribbles into the defense instead of going out wide. That's a problem. And man, you need to not do that. Saiz gets a steal at midfield, though, to restart the offense. Marshall sends it wide to Yorfa. Yorfa looking to dribble past his man. He does it. He's in the open at the corner of the box. Tries to send it across. It's deflected. Cody sends in a rocket shot that's deflected off the defense for a corner kick on the near side. Still 1-0 with 80 minutes down. Here's Hunt now on the corner kick, surveying, waiting for players to get in position. Sends one high to the far side. There's another foul, but this time it's on the Wolves' Connor Cody. So there'll be a free kick for Rockdale. All right, 80 minutes down. We can do some more subs here. Danny Bath is looking pretty tired, so we'll bring in Groner. Yorfa's pretty tired as well, so we could bring in Ebanks Landell, but then we won't have really any other defensive substitutes to bring in, so we'll leave Landell on the bench. We'll sub out. We'll bring in Akpom for Diamantakos. Bring in Deco for Gantz. We don't want... we still have most of our best players in there. We don't want them all getting injured at the end of this game. So we have 4 midfielders, but we only need 3 substitutes here. So, I guess Rahman is the most tired, so we'll leave him out. We'll bring in everybody else in the midfield. Oh, mass substitutions here. Maychek, Morris. Alright, so we just subbed out basically the whole team, except for 1 defender. So we could lose this game due to that, but doesn't really matter. Preseason game, what's most important is getting our starters out of here fit. Here's Gantz on the attack, sends it across field to Yorfa. Yorfa dribbling in traffic back to Saiz. Saiz forward to Diamantakos. Look at that rifle shot into the back of the net. There we go. Before he goes off the field, he gets the goal. He's sliding across the earth like a magic man, but that's okay. Here's Yorfa starting the offense to Saiz. A nice one-touch pass, and then Diamantakos just lines up practice and rifles it into the back of the net. The goalkeeper a little late on his reactions. But there's Diamantakos celebrating before he starts his electric slide across the pitch. And there we go. That should do it. We have all of our subs in the game now. And they're just going to need to not give up 2 goals in the next 8 minutes or 7 minutes, and we'll be fine. Let's see here. Ball's bouncing around a bit at midfield. Maychik gets it to Marshall at midfield, up to Yorfa. Far sideline. Not much going on here. Maychek. Everybody's going to get used to each other here. Morris has a man wide open in the center of the field, but he sends it out wide to Yorfa. There's Morris. Finally gets it to Marshall. Marshall up to Akpom. Akpom looking. Sends it to Deco. To Marshall. Marshall sends it wide. And that was a bit of a sloppy play anyway, but, he could have scored there. That could have been an easy goal if he just had that on target. Here's a reset just in Rockdale territory. Matuchik has it out to Morris. The semicircle back to Matuchik. Out wide to Yorfa. Yorfa gets past his man. Centers it. Deco can't get through the defense, but the ball ricochets and goes out of touch for a corner on the far side. Here is Hunt taking our corners for some reason. I guess he's got some skill in it, but I didn't realize that. But anyway, his corner is to no effect, and here is Rockdale on the counterattack, but nothing comes of it. 85.5 minutes down. Matuchik gets a yellow card, of course. He's famous for those. Here we are, 88 minutes down. New highlight. Maychik settles the ball down at midfield. Dribbling towards the sideline, passes it all the way back to Gruner of the defense. Up forward to Matuchik. Marshall, Maychik playing the triangle here. Maychik looking to dribble on his own. Sends it up to Deco at the semicircle. Maychik out wide to Morris. Morris to the near sideline to Hunt, who's playing back a little bit. Not quite getting forward the way our other fullbacks do, but Marshall has it. Deco at the semicircle to Akpom. Back to Deco. Deco with the shot. Oh, terrible save by the goalkeeper. But Deco gets I believe his first goal of the preseason. So good on him. That was bad goalkeeping. I don't know if they subbed out their goalkeeper. I don't think so. But Ekpom seems hesitant to shoot, and there's just a whiff by the goalkeeper on Deco's shot. But you know, Deco's a decent he's a decent scorer, decent striker. Well, I guess he's only got 12 finishing, so that's not great. 1 minute left in stoppage time. Here's Allen for Rockdale. Allen of Rockdale. I should say Sir Allen of Rockdale. Rockdale turns it over. Deco gathers it in. Machik has it. Looks like we're just going to run out the clock here. Marshall across midfield to Deco, just wasting time. 3 seconds to go. There it is. 3-0 victory. And we're looking strong. I mean, this is the best preseason we've ever had. You know, we dominated teams. We didn't just win a couple of games here and there. We dominated pretty much every team we played, with the one exception of the Premier League team that we played. Well done. Your performance was a delight, of course. Go to the post-match analysis. Take a look. You know, not a terrific game, but, you know, a pretty solid game, pretty dominant game. They had almost no possession. Well, I can't say that. I mean, we had 56% possession, which isn't like 100%, but it felt like 100%. Take a look at the stats here real quick. Ratings, extremely high, especially on the defense. I mean, with the exception of Rob Hunt, he didn't play too well. But overall, very good, you know, mediocre to good ratings. Luke Garbett with our best rating. Diamantakos and Gantz also each with a goal apiece with good ratings. So we played very well, and we're looking to move up in the championship. We're gonna make a push for automatic promotion. Oh, we got a transfer offer, loan offer for Mayer. Okay, so Mayer is our American teenager who I wanted to get some playing time this season, but as you can see, he has no work permit. So we're going to send him off to Portland and see him get some experience over in Portland, maybe make the national team. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But anyway, Wolf Stewart Madley has agreed to a deal with St. Albans. Okay, yeah, I sent him out on loan. That's fine. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, that's going to do it for us. Take a look at the schedule. We got another friendly that we're going to play off camera. And then I guess we'll come back. I mean, do we go EFL Cup? No, I guess we'll come back for the first game versus Norwich. So it's not going to be very long from now, but, you know. C'est la vie. Anyway, I don't know how to end this episode. I'm just rambling now, so let's just end the episode. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe, all that stuff. Trying to get to 100 subscribers. So help that out. Anyway, see you later. Till next time. Bye-bye.